This is the plaintiff, Christy Quinney. She says she purchased a scooter from the defendant, rode it for about 45 minutes, and noticed the thing was leaking gasoline. In fact, when she looked down, she was standing in a pool of it. Gross. At this point, she just wants her money back because the guy sold her a hunk of junk, and he knows it. She's suing for $700, the amount she's out. This is the defendant, Jeremiah Dumont. He says he buys storage units at auctions, and he bought the scooters at one of those auctions. He's not a dealer. The scooters are like motorized bikes that don't get registered. And just because the plaintiff has buyer's remorse, it doesn't make it his problem, so he's not returning her money. He's accused of fueling a lawsuit.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff bought a scooter from the defendant and says it immediately started leaking gas. But the defendant says he bought the scooter at an auction, so buyer beware. It's the case of Scooter Glibby.
Thank you, Douglas. Christy, can you pronounce your last name?
Quinney.
Quinney.
Yes.
Christy Quinney, you are suing Jeremiah Dumont and Melissa Dumont. You'll be representing both parties here.
Yes, ma'am.
For $700, the amount that you paid for a scooter and some repairs that you want him to reimburse you for and take the scooter back. What happened?
I was looking to purchase a scooter, go green.
Go green? Were you going to get rid of the car or no? Just drive the scooter more.
To work, back and
Right.
forth to work. So Jeremiah had him listed on Craigslist he had a couple available for $650. So the ad said call anytime. So about 5 a.m. on a Friday morning, I was awake and I gave him a call and he said, sure, come out. I have a couple available. Come out and test drive them. So a friend and I went out after work and we test drove the scooters he had available. He had two. One was more of a sporty style. The other one was like this Vespa classic looking style, and I really liked that one. He said the one that was sporty was ready to sell. The other one needed a little work, but if I wanted that one, he would get it ready for selling condition. So I said, let me think about it. Let me know. I'll let you know on Sunday, what I decide. I'll be ready by Sunday. Well, Sunday he says, okay, I called and said, I'm ready for it. He said, I'm bringing the sporty one. And I called him back. I said, I really like that.
You told him you wanted the sporty one.
Right. I said, I'm ready to get one Sunday.
Okay.
And so he's like, since that one's the one that was ready, he was going to bring it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you pick which one you wanted?
I said I liked them both, and I did. I liked that one.
So you said, surprise me? Okay, not according to you. She picked one, and then on Sunday she changed her mind and said she wanted the other one.
Yeah, I was open to both of them.
Okay, go ahead.
What originally had happened was when she came over, she did ride both of them. That one, the one that she actually purchased, was brand new in the crate. She went to go ride it, and it just wasn't feeling right to me. It was cutting off. It was kind of blah, blah,
But it was brand new.
Yes, ma'am.
But something wasn't running right.
Something wasn't running right. So she came over and rode it, and I was telling her, I don't feel comfortable selling this one.
That's the Vespa.
That's the Vespa. I said, I feel that you would probably be better off on this one. On top of that, it's a little bit more rugged. It's a little bit more sporty.
She's nodding to everything you're saying.
But this one doesn't look girly. The other one definitely looks more for
Girly.
a girl. Absolutely. So
she looked better on the other.
Yeah, and she wanted to go home. I said, absolutely, that's fine. Take your time, because if you don't
In any event, she ends up, net of all this is that she picks the girly one that doesn't ride well. All right, and then what happened?
So I ride it to work the next day, and
but what happened with the other one?
Well, my friend, actually, when I went to work the next day, I told him, I said, hey, he has two available. And he said, well, I'm interested in getting that one. So I gave him the number, and he called and he set it up. Well, before, he said
So Sunday you didn't get the bike?
I did not get the bike
And why
Sunday.
didn't you get the bike Sunday?
We were actually halfway to her house with the sporty one in the back of my truck when she called me and said, you know what, JD, I really want the other one. She said, and I said, well, you're going to have to give me at least a day so I can do everything that I can to make it run better.
Oh, my goodness.
So the whole next day I spent in my garage. I put a new carburetor. I went through the entire fuel system. I went through all lines just to make sure there was no kinks, no anything. When I changed out the carburetor, started it up, I was able to ride it for 30 miles.
You said 20, 30 miles.
Yeah, 20 or 30 miles. Ran perfect. I brought it to her.
When did you bring it to her?
It wasn't
Monday.
Sunday, it was Monday. Monday
Okay.
evening. My friend Chris came with me because I had to bring both of them.
Because her friend wanted the other one.
Precisely. So
Okay.
I brought them there. I said, here's the deal. Because this guy bought a scooter, I said, I'm going to take $50 off. She already had a money order made out.
Where did your wife find you?
Navy, ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, because of that, I said, I'm gonna give you $50 off. She said, I already have the money order made
She didn't
out.
even ask for $50 off?
No, ma'am.
And you just said, how could you sue him?
I know, right?
You ought to feel this big. What happened
There's
that made
more
you
to the
so
story.
mad that you're suing him? What happened?
There's more.
Okay.
There better be more.
So she gave me the money order. It was for $650. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna have to bring this back to you. It was almost 9 o'clock at night, or 8 o'clock at night at this point, and I'm 50 miles away from home. So my friend Chris and we ended up leaving. I heard from her, well, some family stuff came up, and I was actually leaving for out of town from May 1st to May 5th. So I wasn't even in town. I was pretty much unreachable. She had called my wife. My wife tells me, hey, something is going on with that scooter. I said, well, I can't handle it right now. I'll have to deal with it when I get back. Some other family, stuff came up. And I don't believe I ever spoke with you after the night that I left your
Okay,
house.
don't talk to her directly. Just go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just,
That's
but
right.
I don't believe I ever spoke with her after
but
that.
did she ever tell your wife what the problem?
She told my wife that she came out from work and there was a puddle of gas underneath the scooter. And then the next thing I know, I got a sheriff because this all happened less than a month ago. Less than a month ago. So I haven't had time to do really anything. I was never given an opportunity.
Okay, let me talk to you. What was it that went wrong?
On the way to work, I rode it to work the next day. It cut off on me a couple times.
What does that mean, cut off?
It just stopped. And so instead of pushing the button to start it up again, I had to get off on the side of the road and kick start it. And it'll start up again. And this was at about 8:30 that I get to work. So it sat all day. So about 5 o'clock, I came out to leave for work, and there's this, it wasn't like dripping gas. There was a puddle of gas under it, all the gas had leaked out. So a coworker patched it up enough to get me home.
How did your coworker patch it up?
He said, go get some gas, and he poured it in, and it just flooded out again. So it was a leak in the actual gas. It was actually a cut in the line. It wasn't secured. So he went and replaced the actual line enough to get it home. And I got it home, but there's still a steady drip. It was enough to get the scooter home, but it was
Did you ever
steady drip.
take the scooter to a mechanic to see what the problem was?
No, because I was instructed.
Okay, but if you're instructed, I don't know, you're suing him to return it because you're saying there's a problem, and you have to understand that unless you have some kind of return policy with him, which I take it there's not even paperwork on this?
No, ma'am.
Right. You don't necessarily get to return it. This is not, the kind of thing that comes with a warranty or anything. But I want to hear it if there's an issue. But you don't even take it to a mechanic to find out what the issue is.
Well, at that
so that I can then say, maybe it's $100 issue. Or I don't know what the issue is. You haven't taken it to a mechanic, and I know it's been mighty quick that you filed your lawsuit, but in that time, you have not taken it to a mechanic to see what it's going to take to fix the issue?
Well, during the time of purchase, he made a lot of promises. He said that if anything breaks, give me a call. I'll be out here within 30 minutes to an hour. He said, I work on scooters, and I even have a picture of his garage. He has a lot of scooters
He's nodding
in
to
there.
everything she's saying.
He's like, I can do it, anything you need.
Well, then why didn't you give him a chance to call you back and then be the nice guy that you both agree he was going to be?
Absolutely. Let me tell you
So
what
why'd you
happened.
file a lawsuit in 2 minutes instead of waiting a second?
I will absolutely tell you what happened. The next day that it happened, I called, and he didn't answer the phone. His wife returned I sent him a text letting her know what happened. She said, hey, he's asleep. I'll tell him to contact you when he wakes up. Cool. So nothing happened that night, didn't hear back. The next morning, I called kind of early knowing that he's up early, and I am too. No answer.
How early?
5
in the morning?
Like 6:42 was the time I called. And then
How's that appropriate?
Well, his ad in the beginning said, call anytime. And even during our
serious?
Even during our
You
communication.
call somebody at 5 or 6:42, either of those times.
Yeah. Well, then
Go on.
I tried again at 11, and I got no answer again.
Okay.
And his wife responded and said, hey, he's going out of town. And I said,
Okay, no, please go ahead. I've just been completely inundated with lots of family issues over the past month.
All right.
And like I said, I
sorry.
wasn't given any
All
opportunity.
right, so go ahead. But yeah, see, here's the thing, all right? No matter, when you buy something like this, I'm willing to hear, okay, about the problem that it had and what he has to do to fix it. If this was, something that he said, I'll do, anytime, bring it to me and I'll, that's fine. Now I got to see what's wrong with it that you didn't give him a chance to fix because you're antsy. You're the kind of person who calls at 6 in the morning. You have to give him a chance to cure whatever it is on this item. This isn't a used car. This is like a new scooter. This is sort of a new one on me. So it's not like, as this sail by, see ya. That's sort of, unless that's what you put.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you didn't put anything because nobody put it. But no, you're worse than that. You're not only not putting that, you're like, wait, let me fix it up for you. Hold on, call me if there's any problems and I'll be right out there like your knight in shining armor. That's what, those are sort of warranties. So, okay, those are warranties and that's fine. So she's entitled to rely on those warranties. But then instead of, she calls you and then you don't call her back on the warranty, which is bad on you. And then you come to court and you say, return the thing. Then my next step is to analyze what is wrong with the scooter. If this is a $500 problem, a $400 problem, maybe even a $300, if this is a big problem, you have that right, okay? I don't know what kind of problem it is because you never took it to a mechanic. And that's got me a little bit frustrated because for all I know, your friend fixed it with buying a 20-cent tube.
So are scooters safe in big cities, say New York? Are they safe?
No.
Why?
Because you can easily get run over. There's a lot of buses, a lot of people. It's hard to move around.
On the other hand, you can kind of go in and out of traffic and make it faster, right?
But I wouldn't think that would be safe because a scooter is in the middle of the size of a person and the size of a car, so where does it go?
Anybody a fan of scooters in big cities?
Very efficient.
They are very efficient, and they're also they're efficient gas-wise, too, going inside the courtroom.
The tube was about, everything he needed was about $10, and he charged me $30 to fix it. I also have pictures now that it's still leaking.
Let me
so
see
it wasn't.
Let me see them. Is there anything else you want to show me before I bang a gavel? Now would be good.
Well, you can just have all those. Those are the pictures. He also said that when I test drove it, it didn't have a scratch on it. And when he brought it out, he said, hey, I ordered this panel. I ordered this because I don't know if it fell or not, but I never heard anything back on that. There was a mat there that was missing, and he said, oh, I forgot it. I'll bring it back out to you tomorrow.
What about the mat and the panel?
The panel was ordered, and it has to come from China because it's a body panel, and they don't carry them in stock here.
What about the mat?
The floor mat I do still have in my garage, and that.
Okay. Number 1, you owe her the mat. Number 2, you owe her the panel. Number 3, you owe her the repair that she paid for. And you owe her $50 that $50 never went her way, right?
No, ma'am.
But they're supposed to, right? So you owe her $90, the panel, and the mat. And what did you want to say?
Can I ask her a question? Is that all right?
Sure, go ahead.
The person who fixed it, where does he work? What does he do for a living?
I don't care. Never mind, you can't ask her that question. So I rule in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $90 plus the panel and the mat. Okay, folks, that's it.
Let's get some comment from the defendant on his reaction to this verdict. What is it?
Well, I guess they just said that they're going to give her I'm going to pay her $90 plus replace something that I'd already planned on doing. I just wish I'd been given the opportunity so I wouldn't have had to go through all this.
She did try to reach you.
I understand that as well. It's just, it's less than 30 days and here I am and at the People's
Well, you think
Court.
she kind of rushed you into court there?
I'm actually a really, really nice guy, really easy to get along with, and I bend over backwards to help anybody. Just wasn't given the opportunity.
Okay, all right. Okay, head right down this way. All right, come on in here. Was it a little quick suing the guy so fast and not giving him a chance to get back to you there?
I don't think so. I don't think I should have to stalk someone to do to keep a promise, I don't know.
You don't think he's as nice a guy as he says he is?
I really do think he's a nice guy, and I think being nice kind of crosses up with broken promises somehow. I don't know.
Harvey?
Okay, real simple. The key to these cases is that if you're getting a warranty, make sure you get as much in that warranty in terms of protecting yourself and giving you rights as you possibly can. These warranties are negotiable. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.